Hello Commanders, it's Ricardo and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. If some of you are feeling a little bit unclear on what Powerplay actually is, and it's changed quite considerably from the Powerplay that we knew, then you're not alone. With Powerplay version 2 there are now 12 influential powers in the galaxy. Unlike factions, these powers represent the main political forces and each has influence over specific systems within the Bulba. But that is dynamic, and you can affect what systems they have control over. Yes, you can argue that they still have control over their core systems, but you can affect the background simulation and the political landscape in this way. So if you're wondering what this Powerplay malarkey is all about and whether you should get involved, well then do not fear, Ricardo is here because we're hopefully going to explain, and it's quite a big and wide-ranging topic, what Powerplay actually is, what are the essentials, and more importantly, how you can use Powerplay to your advantage to gain perks, ranks, modules, and feel like you're making a difference. So as I mentioned, Powerplay version 2 as we're calling it. Is there going to be a version 3, 4, 5, 6, version 23? We could be going the way of the Cobra Mark V here, but who knows? For this iteration, this is the next iteration of Powerplay. So with Powerplay version 2, there are now 12 influential powers in the galaxy. As I mentioned, these are different to factions, and you can dynamically change what the bubble looks like. It's down to the players. So what does this mean for you? So by pledging to a power, you'll gain access to unique perks, bonuses and modules exclusive to the Powerplay participants. Now when I say exclusive, the modules are not exclusive, just the order you get them will be slightly different. But the perks, some will be the same, but some will be specific to the power that you pledge to. Choosing the right power depends on your preferred playstyle and the type of gameplay that suits you best. So let's open up the Powerplay module from your ship's menu. After a quick introduction to Powerplay, which let's face it, no one's going to read that. Players are typically men for Elite Dangerous. No disrespect to our female brethren, but we don't read instructions, do we? Let's face it, we're just going to get in there and have a go, and when we get stuck, we're going to watch a video on it. So after this brief introduction to Powerplay, you'll access the Pledge menu, which shows each power's background and their core values. Now I've done some videos in regards to a deeper dive onto the powers, what's their backstory, what's their current perks, and their module access as well, so check those out, and I'll put a description to the playlist up above. Each power's ethos does indeed reflect their methods for expanding influence, which translates to the type of activities you'll be performing to increase your rank and in turn increase their power. Now let's discuss perks and rewards. Now this is what we're here for really. Perks and rewards. Every power offers 3 universal benefits. First, you can earn up to 100% reduction in rebuy costs if you're killed in your power's own territory, or if you're defeated by an opposing power in contested space. Now these might change over time. I think, it's probably prudent to turn around and say Frontier are going to be tweaking a lot of these things as time progresses. Now you should be thinking this as a kind of insurance cost. And the third shared perk is a custom decal for your rank within that power. And it's one of the first things that you will unlock. In addition, each power will offer unique bonuses. For example, if you pledge to Prav Natal, he boosts a reputation gain by 150% with minor factions within his domain. He increases organic data sales. He also adds a percentage to the profit boost to technology commodities in their territory because he's a bit of a tech head. I mean, if exobiology could be your focus, then it may well be worthwhile pledging your power, yourself, your time to Provan. And his rewards are a really strong fit. Jerome Archer, he's the guy who took over from Hudson. His bonuses really include a 100% increase in bounty payouts and a 30% discount on weapons within his territory. Like I say, these percentages are all subject to change at the bequest of Frontier. So if you're into bounty hunting, this could be a solid choice for you. So it's worthwhile checking out the powers and their merits to see where, for example, their location actually is at the moment. You might play in a particular area and think, well, I might as well pledge to that power. Now let's talk about Powerplay modules. Now we should all be very familiar about these. In version 1, it was a case of you pledged yourself to a power. You then forgot about Powerplay for 3 to 4 weeks. Then on the 4th week of the Thursday tick, just before that, say on the Wednesday, you would then go off, deliver 750 merits or whatever, Powerplay materials to a particular system, wait for the Thursday tick to happen, and then buy all the modules that you could possibly do. Okay? It's all different now because you axe them in a particular order, and that unlock order will indeed vary depending on the power who you've pledged to. So for example, if you go to our blue-haired pretty princess Aisling Duval and pledge to her, you'll unlock her modules in a different order. For example, if you were pledged to Arissa, the Empress, or Yuri Grom, for example. Now, if there's a specific module that you're after, for example, the brand new Concord cannon that Jerome Archer has, not Jerome Archer, Akato Kane has, I do beg your pardon, then that might tempt people to go and pledge themselves to that particular power. Frontier really have gone around to try and dissuade players from jumping powers all the time and to get you invested. Now, ranking up is achieved through merits, and merits are earned by completing activities that either help your power or hinder an opposing one. Tasks could include selling rare goods, turning in bounties, rescuing escape pods, making yourself a right nuisance in another power, for example, gaining bounties on yourself, and then in turn, let's face it, notoriety, because there's only one way to really get bounties like that, and that's to go and cap someone. But anyway, all these will allow you to build your rank consistently, opening up the gameplay of what players may not normally have gotten into, especially since the Thargoid War's been raging on for the past 2 years, and getting them engaged into the wider game. So for example, your first task might be selling rare goods in an acquisition system. That's one I had myself. And it's a type of system that includes expansion or contested zones where control is being established. Now, unoccupied systems can also count as acquisition zones, apparently, if your power is vying for control. So it's always worthwhile checking out the Powerplay map. And to be fair, that interface does need a little bit of work. It is very confusing, and even seasoned players who've been playing it for years and years and years are still trying to learn the best way to manipulate the galaxy map and the Powerplay menus. Now this very nicely takes me on to how to read the map. This is a 30-minute video all in itself, but suffice to say, the Powerplay map, you can view all of the territories of any of the 12 powers and filter by specific system states to find those relevant to your current objectives. You can also enter a strategic view, which I find more helpful, to be perfectly honest with you. At first look, this all seems to be a little bit complicated, but as you start going through the Powerplay system, you'll start to get more au fait with it, probably just in time for Frontier to think, this needs work, and then change it all on us. Once you've gone to the Powerplay section, which can be accessed either via the right or left menus, you can then look at your current objectives that you've got for the week. And these change for the week, and once you progress and complete all your particular tasks, wait to the Thursday tick, new tasks will become available to you. That, however, does not stop you still earning merits and progressing through the ranks. These two are not linked, which is strange. You would have thought Frontier might have thought, let's slow down power play progression. No, if you want to go out and deliver as many rare materials as you possibly can to a particular reinforcement system, then you'll continue to earn merits and in turn progress through the ranks. So, once you click on a system for more detailed info about its status and progression, which will then help you pinpoint the best places to rank up and accomplish your tasks. Now, the first task really will be selling rare goods. That's one a lot of commanders have had to an appropriate acquisition system, and locate a source of rare goods through these resources with a resource like Inara, which will list out all the stations and areas where you can get these rare goods. Now, one thing about rare goods, it does seem to be linked to the cost of the rare good and the distance as well. So bear that in mind if you want to get an awful lot of merits. Now, they have reduced the amount of merits we think that you're getting, because before some tweaks Frontier had done, people were making an absolute killing. So once you sell the rare goods in an acquisition system, you'll see a message then confirming your merit reward. Completing all the tasks that you've been assigned for your rank and for that week will then award you merits, and as you progress through the ranks, you'll get additional care packages, you'll get perks. Now let's talk about Stronghold Carriers. One of the benefits, or the most notable benefit of pledging to a particular power, is then getting access to a Stronghold Carrier. This is a special fleet carrier with advanced outfitting and shipyard options in your power's Stronghold system. If you had pledged before the Powerplay 2 update, you'll keep any unlocked modules you've previously automatically attained. They won't be taken off you. However, Frontier did reset everybody's pledges and ranks to 0 so that you could go in and pledge to your particular power and start at the beginning. Now, Powerplay really has been a long and anticipated update, and it's great to see everybody on the servers, especially on Steam with increased user access as well. People are all over Twitch. People are in the game, and it's fantastic to see. However, there are some problems with carrier jump times, and also a few problems with the time it takes jumping in between systems at peak times as well. So hopefully Frontier are going to address that. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know how you're finding Powerplay, and if you're getting involved. And if you're not getting involved, why not? What could Frontier do better? I've been Ricardo. Fly safe, Commanders, and I'll see you out there.